Welcome back, everybody, to Empyrion Galactic Survival 8.3. I'm an old guy gaming, and today we're going to continue our wonderful space adventure here on the planet Kindor. So let's see, where did we leave off? We just started rebuilding the Jade jet, version 3 now, and we're extending the cabin on this thing and rebuilding the front end. So that's going to be the main thing we're going to accomplish today. But there are a couple other things I want to do too. We're going to need to get some Zascosium, because I want to build, I already built one repair console, but I want to build two. So I have one here and one at our outpost that we're going to build back on Inaz. And then, of course, I need a couple of the repair bays, and those are going to require Zascosium alloy, among other things. So we did take in... we cooked up a hunting hover bike, and that is in the factory. I'm just going to keep that in the factory until we get back to Inaz, and then I'm going to spawn it in there, and we're going to use that to go hunting golems. I'm probably going to have to come up with some kind of a solution to put at least one turret on the back of that bike too, because of how many drones there are on that planet. So that's something that's definitely in the near future. The other thing I want to do is, I think I'm going to do away with this door here. Or maybe I'll leave the door in place, I don't know. But I made a repair station, and there really just isn't any other place in this base, or like I should say in this room, that I can put that. Unless I wanted to put it in front of the capacitor, I suppose. What would that look like if we did? Yeah, we could, I suppose. We could do that. Yeah, let's do it. We don't really need access to the capacitor anyway. That's probably a little better solution than blocking this door. But we do have this way that we could go through to get out here if we needed to as well. We don't even have anything out here anyways. I was going to put some turrets up, but I have just never seen drones from this planet make it over here to the mountain base. I think that may partly be because Stock Gaming's base, if I remember right, he said his base is kind of in the pathway of the drones, and so it's always taking them out. Something like that. Anyway, this is the farm. I believe I told you guys in one or two episodes ago that I fixed it so the ratio is correct. So let's go ahead and pick this, and we'll make some more canned food. I want to get a fairly decent supply of canned food before I start making more seeds. Or rather, what we'll do is we'll make as much canned food as we can, and then whatever we have left over, we'll continue to make seeds and continue expanding this little farm here until we have the full deal. And like I said, once we get it pretty good size, expanded all the way out or almost all the way out, I'll start planting more of a variety of stuff too. Right now I'm just focusing on the canned veggies. But when we get this thing to go all the way down there, at that point, then I'll start adding more variety to the farm. And I might even somewhat follow my good friend Common Cider's farming guide that he put up on the Steam Workshop. And you guys might want to check that out and see how he puts that stuff together. He's a pretty smart dude. Okay, so let's see. We're going to put this in here. We're going to make as much canned veggies as we can, and then again, like I said, whatever is left over. We already have 5 more spice sprouts anyways. In fact, you know what? Maybe we should actually plant those. That's probably something I'll do off camera, though. Probably something I'll do off camera. Okay, let's take a look at our ore status. We got most of our ore smelted, but of course, when I logged off, I turned the furnaces off because they use an immense amount of power. So yeah, we just got a little bit more sath here to do. So let's take all of these back downstairs, and we'll turn this one on. And this furnace here also just has a tiny bit more. Oh, there's 2 stacks to do as well. So we'll let those 2 finish up. Shouldn't take long at all. This one is completely done. This is where I'm putting my more basic ores, and it has smelted everything. Okay, so over... I think it was these guys. Yeah, this is where we were putting all the ore. Look at all the ingots we got, you guys. That is just fantastic. Tons of ingots in there, and tons of ingots in there. This is all the neo and the cobalt that we have, and then this is the sath and the iron, silicon, and the copper. So we got a really good supply of those ores. And then I got the promo in here. Okay, cool. So, yeah, I think the next thing we're going to do is we're going to continue working here on the Jade jet. Okay, so I got some armored glass, I got the cockpit and all that stuff. Let's just drop off the repair console for now. I'm thinking I'll probably take that to Inez, the first one, because I'm much more likely to get damaged there fighting the POIs and the drones than I am here. But we'll have one at both bases eventually. We just got to get the Zascosium and whatever else we need. Okay, so let's see. Let's put the color tool back there. Hop into Mr. Drone here. And continue on with our refit of the Jade jet here. Alright, so these blocks are black. So we'll paint those all up. And it looks like all of these are too. That was supposed to be green. So we'll put that back the way it was. Drone's just a little squirrely. You got to be light-handed on the mouse when you're using this drone. Okay, so let's go back to turn that off and just get that back to green like it's supposed to be. Okay, good. And I think what we'll do is we'll just keep following this same design on the floor in here. So we want this, but turn the other way. And then we want, was it this one? Yeah, on this floor. And we'll also put that in the entryway. This might, I think this is where the bulkhead's going to be, though, or rather the back of the cockpit. We'll go there. Now, something else we might consider doing, now that we've changed the design of this somewhat. See, I put the oxygen dispenser there, and I put the refrigerator and the ammo box there. We could take and put the oxygen dispenser and the refrigerator inside the cabin. Again, you know, more for role-playing purposes, that sort of thing. So the passengers can get directly to it, rather than having to, you know, do a spacewalk to get to it outside. If I do that, though, what would we do here? We could take the refrigerator out, and we could put another cargo bin. We could put more cargo bins in, I suppose, because we only have 2. We could put more fuel tanks in if we wanted to get more range on the ship. I don't know. Not sure what to think about that. Oh, you know what? We actually needed to add another generator. I think we need to add another Jenny to the ship. So here's what I think we'll do then, now that I remembered that. Especially since we're increasing the bulk anyways. Let's pull this guy out here. And let's pull the fridge out of here. Okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another cargo bin in there for that slot, and we're going to put another generator in on this side. Okay? Hopefully that doesn't cause us any imbalance issues either doing that. If it does, we'll have to figure something else out at that point. But then that way, like I said, what we can do is we can come here and pull those out and then put in the dispenser like that, and the refrigerator on top. There we go. I like that. I think that works better. Alright, and then let's just paint these our dark green color. Like so. Wonder if it would look good to make this black. Just for a little contrast there. Yeah, let's try that. Or maybe we make that black and that green. I think I like this being black better. Okay. Let's also paint these chairs. The seats here. Excellent. Okay. I think we can now continue. Let's go make a generator and another storage box, and then we can continue our build out. So let's see, we want another Jenny. Generator. Where is the generator? How come I can't see the generator? Short drive. Okay, old guy, pull your head out. Where the hell is the generator? I'm looking for something. Oh, here it is. My brain was expecting it to be sideways and not vertical for some reason. Don't even ask me why. I have no idea. Okay, and then we want a cargo box too. We might actually have an extra cargo box just floating around that we can use, because I think those are universal. Yep, I think those are universal for anything. Oh, you know what else I wanted to do too? I wanted to make a couple of lights for outside. Let's light this place up a little bit. So for base, let's do, I don't know, let's make about 4 lights, something like that. So we will pop in the cargo box here, and it'll just have to stay the normal size. So that that gives us 3 cargo boxes now, all told. This one's gonna have 6, 8. So this one has 32 slots. Those have bigger slots. Well, yeah. Without changing other things around, that's just the way it's gonna have to be. It's just gonna have to be a smaller box. So no big deal. No big deal. Let's paint that sucker. Whoop, wrong gun. We'll make it green, dark green. That way it matches the ammo box there. And then on this side, we'll pop it into Ginny. Well, I think I'll go ahead and leave the access hatches there. We don't really need to get to it on this side, but we'll just pretend it's an access hatch. Whoops. Wrong plane. That's the one I want. Okay. And stick the Ginny in there. And we'll paint it green too. Okay. I guess the one downside to leaving this as an access hatch, though, is that it's weaker. What's the strength of these shutters? 100 points versus... oh. Steel blocks? I thought those were hardened steel. It would be 200. Oh, we're going to have to change those over. I must have missed those. I must have missed those when we did the upgrade on the multiplayer server. Okay. So yeah, that's something I'm going to have to take care of too. I don't know, man. This is 100 points versus 200 points. And that's definitely a spot that could take a hit. So we might end up removing those shutters and putting actual armor plating there. That'd probably be the smart thing. And yeah, we don't really need direct access to this stuff either. So I think I'm going to, for purposes of making the ship tougher. Wait a minute, hold on. Those hard steel blocks are 100 hit points too. Shutter door has 100. Oh, I guess it's the same. So when I make those blocks the thin type of block, they're weaker. I didn't even know that. I thought they would stay the same hardness no matter what. Interesting. Okay, well I guess we'll leave the shutters there. It doesn't matter. They're the same across the board. Very good. Oh, lights. We're going to set some lights up. Let's do that now while it's still somewhat dark out. So let's put a light here. Actually, let's put a light here, I guess. And I was thinking we'd put a light here, kind of in the middle. Well, I guess we can't get in the middle there, so what if we just put it in the middle here? Like that. And then we'll put a light around here. And then we'll put more lights as we go down that way too. And maybe what we'll do is we'll put a light here and we'll put a light on that into later on. That just lights things up about out here a little bit. We might even change the color and that sort of thing later on when we do some. We're going to do some decorating around here too. I know it's all plain Jane at the moment, but I'm more interested in function right now than form. But we will definitely make it look cool and do some decorating of it later. Okay, let's get back to business here with the build out now. Get our blocks. So the cockpit's going to sit on the end of here. In fact, let's look at that next. Well, no, let's bring this out a little more. We'll say maybe to about there. And I want the cockpit to be more streamlined than the first one was. So I'm thinking maybe this one, because we got to cover it over with glass. So we don't want it big and bulky and sticking up. That could be a good one. What are our other options? I don't think I want this really long one. I don't want an open one though either, because I do want some protection if, you know, we take a hit and the glass breaks. So this is a 3x2x4. That's also a 3x2x4. I definitely like the look of this one better. These are higher. Yeah, so we want low profile. So I think this is our best bet. I think that's our best bet. And I think we want to push it back. Just like that. Okay. Very good. And now we will continue the build out here of these blocks. To at least there. Okay. And I think we'll go ahead and actually turn the symmetry plane on now. Oh, we need another door on the other side too. Let's go do that. So that's in place. Did I make another door? Can't remember. I don't think I did. So we'll put the door on the other side. Oh, we need the skinny one. There we go. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to put a ramp in there or not. I probably won't. People will just have to use their jetpack to jump in there. We'll see, though. We'll see. Okay, let's put a symmetry plane on. I think that's about right. Whoops. Okay. And then let's put that block in place. All the way back here. We might put like a little window in there too, like a porthole. I don't know. We'll see. The problem with that, of course, is it weakens the ship, but it also makes it look cooler. Flip that around to there, and that can go there. Alright. And then we put the little angled piece in here. And that actually will come all the way out that way. Put the top piece along here. We'll just bring it up to there, because then, you know, then I'll have to figure out how I'm going to do the glass from that point down. Yeah. And then this is this piece here. Okay. So that finishes out that part. Now I think we probably should put one more set of blocks here before we start the glass. I'm feeling that's probably what we need to do. Let's see, we've got to flip this around like so. And then this can go there. This can go here. And this can go there. Nope, not there. In there. Okay, good. Now comes the more challenging part, and that is figuring out how we're going to fill this sucker in. I think we will put we'll finish that part out too, just so there's a little more protection in the cabin. Okay, so how are we going to do this glass now? That's the next question that I got to figure out here. Let's get our armored window blocks out. So what do we have to work with? We've got slope 1 and 2. And we could bring that out that way. Can we get another one to connect onto that? Yeah, right there. Okay. I wonder though, if we just continue on that line for a moment. Can I get it to go all the way out, or is it gonna? Okay, go right there. Okay. No, it doesn't want to connect to that in piece for me. We might have to put a temporary supporting block there to get that to work. Okay, so the question now is, do I want that to go? I don't think I like that. I think here's what I think I want to do. Let's pull that back up, and let's put just a square block here, like so. And what are our options here? Now if we go, so we could do a slope 1, 2, or okay, let's turn that way. There we go. And that's too, that angle doesn't work. You are feeling very hungry. Okay, take care of that problem. work if we started there, but then I wouldn't be able to... I don't think I could... And I'd figure out some kind of way to make the blocks more angled if we did it that way. But I think we're going to have problems, though, then with the multi-dimensional angles if we went that route anyway. So what if we use this again, but what if we try the steeper angle? I still think that's too steep. Okay, so let's forget that one. Let's go with this one. This is really the angle I was kind of looking for here anyway. Because if we do that, I think what we can do then is get this one here. You know what? Let's take the plane off for the moment until I figure this out, because it's just a little bit annoying. Okay, so we'll put that like that, and we'll extend it out. Come on there, dude. Connect. It's very, very picky. Oh, almost had it. Okay. Okay, so if we do that, and I think probably we might even continue this angle out a little further, except for that I've got... These are the wrong direction. I think they all need to be flipped over. Do they? Let's see, now that's messed up on the top. That looks correct on the top if we do it that way. Yeah, I think that's the way it needs to be done. So it's nice and even all the way down. Like that. Okay. Now I think what we can do here is we're going to want to have glass all the way down to here. I'm almost wondering if I should drop this whole thing down a block, though. It seems like the glass is a little higher than I want it to be. Let's look at that possibility. One of the things that's going to dictate whether or not I can do that, though, is if I'll still be able to get the angles to go down over the cockpit, which I think I can. Let's just look at that, though, first before we commit to anything here. Okay, so you get on the end of there. Yeah, okay, it'll still let me do it. Oh, almost had it. There we go. Okay. Yeah. I think that's what I want to do for this part, and then we'll figure out how to make this look a little nicer and more angled down to the glass there. Okay. Now, if we do this, can we then also do that? It really just kind of depends upon how we're going to be able to get those angled pieces to fit. So let's look at those first. So we want to work with these basic window. I think it's these corner pieces that we're going to want to work with here. The long ones. So let's flip that way. And that'll fit there, and that'll fit there. Okay. And then this one we flip around like that. Yeah, oops. That's actually the one we want on this side, I think. Uh-oh. This is where we're going to run into a problem, I think, because now the cockpit's in the way. And it's not going to let us put that block in at that angle. Change and rotate. Oh, how come it's not letting me turn that? Oh, because it's not a single block. That's why. Okay, we're gonna have to just do this manually here. So we want it on this plane, but it's not going to fit in there because of the cockpit's in the way. Okay, well, doggone it. We could make that work if we bury the cockpit down a block. And then, you know, we're still going to have some armor plating down even below that. See, we're still going to have all these pieces in place to protect the bottom of the cockpit. Because I'm pretty sure this is what I want to do with the glass on this thing. So let's pick this up. And we're going to drop it down a block. Whoops, what did I just pick up on accident? Oh, the door. Okay. Alright, let's put the cockpit back down. We're going to go with the little one again. And we want to pop it right down there. That's really low, though. That's super low. I don't know. I don't know how weird that's going to feel when you're in the ship, or if it'll make any difference at all. But I think it's going to look better to have the glass lowered a little bit on this ship. Just, you know, trying to visualize what the end result's going to look like. So let's go with that for now, and we'll see. Well, yeah, the problem... Okay, the other problem now, though, that we're going to have is then I got to bring the glass down even lower. Okay, what if we do this? What if we do this instead? Let's pull that back out. Fill that back in. Put that back where it was. Now, let's make this window glass wider. Yeah, I got that in the wrong place. Oh, I did it again. Dude. There we go. Okay. And then we put these guys in here. Like so. Okay, now what we do is we work on our angled pieces. I want it to go that way, and that way, that way. Okay, and we pop that there, and that there. That one can go there. Nope, too far over. There. Okay. And then we want to flip this guy around and flip him this way. So it goes like this. Alright. And then this one gets flipped around. Like so. And now we have a problem. No, we don't. We're just using the wrong piece. This piece. Here, let's go ahead and put the blocks in too. That will fill this all in here. That's going to be that block. And that block. No, go this way. And this way. There we go. Okay, and then the piece we want here is, I believe this 1 by 1, or no, 2 by 1 side. But I think this one goes on this side. Oh, let's get these blocks in too. Okay, and that pops in there. And then this one pops in there. That's a little better. A little more like what I had envisioned we would do. And then these glass pieces are just going to be this one flipped around this way. Nope, not like that. Like that. And like that. Something looks off with that front pane. And then of course here we just put the normal one single squared blocks. Like so. Okay, so we have something uneven with the way we placed these blocks. I think these are flipped the wrong direction here. So let's get that sloped down there. That's better. Excellent. Okay. All right. Looking good so far, guys. Looking good so far. Let's get this door back in place. I want the single door popped in just like that. That doesn't look too terrible. Doesn't look too terrible. the important thing is that we have, you know, protection around our cockpit, and it's not just exposed with armored glass. So it's going to make the ship a lot tougher. A lot tougher. I like the length of it a little more too. I think it's more about the length that it should be. So what we have to do now is we just have to kind of figure out how we're going to finish out, you know, the corners there, and how we're going to finish this out. What time is it? We've gone 40 minutes. Okay. I think I'm just going to make this a two-part episode. Because let's finish this out. So this is just going to be a two-part episode. Okay, so for this part now, let's actually get in the ship. Just look around a little bit. Okay, I don't spend a lot of time in first person. One thing I kind of don't like about this though is sometimes I will go into first person, you know, to be a little bit more accurate with aiming. Like if we're trying to attack a pulse cannon or something on a POI. And I kind of don't like, you know, the frames on both the cockpit and the outer window too. It is a little bit view obstructing. So based upon that, what if we try this cockpit? Better. Much better. Much better. Because now we can see what the hell we're doing. I like the look, kind of the interior look of that other cockpit a little better than this one, but I think, you know, having better visibility is going to be more important. Okay. So that takes care of that part. Let's finish out the bottom first before we tackle the top. So this should be fairly straightforward. I think what we're going to do, the other thing too is, do I want to move the landing gear further forward, or is it okay where I want to say it's okay where it is actually. I think we just leave the front landing gear exactly the way it is. I think that's fine. Okay, so we'll do that. Now, let's finish out the bottom pieces here first. This bottom section. We're probably gonna we might run out of blocks here too. We'll see how it goes. And let's do the symmetry plane too. Okay, so we want to flip this around. Like that. And we just bring this all the way to there at least. Okay. And then everything in here is just half blocks to give us more protection, more plating. Just like that. Beautiful. Okay, now to do this front, what we want to do here, I think, is put that in. We want to come down to a point something like this, and then this could come up like so. Not sure if I want to do that or not, actually. The corner blocks that we would put in here is... What does that corner look like? So we could do something like that. And then I think we would want this little feller here. If we get that there, and we get on that axis, oh, doggone it. I hate it when that happens. Okay, so that brings that corner up. And then I think we would put this one here. Like so. I don't know if we want that to go there, though. So I got to figure out which block we would put in this spot. It's probably going to be one of these weird ones here, but turned on their side. So I just got to think about the angle for a second. I started kind of getting the hang of this when I was in Alpha 7 when I was building the capital ship. But I haven't done it in a while, so I have to kind of relearn a few things here. You know, in terms of figuring out which block is the right one to use for this kind of stuff. So I think what we want to do is get let's turn it this way. Okay, we want it on its side, I think, like that, okay? And then we want to flip it around, though, so it fits the angles correctly. But see, that's going the wrong way. So I think I have the wrong block here. Okay, what about this one? Okay, what if we took that on that face, but we flip it around like this, and then flip it this way. There we go. Okay, that's kind of what I was looking for right there. Okay. So that kind of starts to bring that corner up. Is there a way that if we keep on this angle here? So what if we pop this in here? Like that, okay? And then we pop this little corner piece, where's that guy? Right here. We want to get it, yeah, just like that, okay? So that brings that up. That looks pretty good, actually. That line up there. And when we get to the nose here now, what would we put here? Would we put one of these corner blocks in here? No, I think that's too big. That's not the one we're after. Is it this one again? Possibly. No, that's not it either. Bear with me, guys. I'm still a little bit of a noob with this more advanced, these more advanced angles in the game here. A little bit of a noob with it. What I'd like to do, though, is I'd like to kind of... In fact, you know what? Let's take this all out, back out, too. I'd like to kind of continue this line almost all the way across if we can, if I can figure out how to do that. So let's remove all of this. And that as well, I think. So we should be able to just do this. Right? Pop that in there, and that in there, and that brings that line up. Now, I do happen to know, just from what I've learned so far about this game, so when you use these little half blocks here, there really isn't any good angles for finishing it out. So we either leave it, I think, the way that it is on the bottom, like that. Or what we'll have to do is we'll have to pull it back even more, and we can put something like this in here. One of these guys in that corner. Or you know what? Actually what we could do is this. We could put in this one. That just continues that line all the way up. And then for these corners, I don't think this fits correctly in there. No, it doesn't. So I think all we can do is partially fill this in with these. It doesn't completely fill it up, but it does something like that. And that's not bad. That's not bad. We could live with that. The other possibility, though, here, if we wanted to, well, I was thinking we could put a light in there, but not sure I want to do that in that spot. Thinking I'm putting the light right in the center here and then bringing that back around. Do we have a light? We have 3 lights. Well, before we do that, though, let's finish out the hull, and then we'll figure out where we can put lights after we get that done. So the question here is, how do we want to finish this front part out? I like how the bottom came together. I think that works. Looks fairly streamlined, all things considered. So if we wanted to just do something like this to make this a little more rounded, we could well, okay, hold on a sec. What if we did this? What if we pop that out there and we put the light in here, like so? And that gives the light protection on the sides. Can we get a glass plate in there without it looking silly? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think that's what we want to do. I think that's what we want to do. Now, there's one other thought that I had here. what if we also punch that out and that out? We do have a little bit of the bottom of the cockpit exposed there. But if we took this light here and we made it a downward pointing light. Okay. That could be good. Can we cover this with glass or not? Probably not. Not in a way that's going to make it look good. So that light's just going to have to remain exposed, and if it gets blown out, it gets blown out. Because otherwise, you know, there's no way I can get a piece of glass to cover that and make it look good. It's just going to suspend in the air, and I don't think that'll look good. So yeah, that light's just going to have to be exposed. If it gets shot, it gets shot. We still have the forward-facing light here too. In fact, you know what else might actually be a good idea? I've done this before, and it actually works quite well. Is to make this light an upward pointing light, and we still tend to have pretty decent forward light as well when I've done that before. It looks a little silly that way, but we'll try it and we'll see, you know, what that looks like. We could even do no, we're not gonna do that. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. There we go. Okay. The only other thing I'm thinking about the front end here is what would it look like if we did something like this instead. Nah, I think there's too many angles on that. What if we did this though? That would keep on the same angle. But that would kind of bring it around more to a point. Well, okay, if we did that, then what we could possibly do is pull all this forward. So let's put a normal block back in there. Put the upward facing light in there. And then for this guy, we do that and that. I don't know if I like that better or not. I don't know if I'm sticking it out, the nose out too far now. From the top view, it looks kind of, you know, it's more of a curve around like this. But from the side view, it might just be sticking out a little too much for my liking. The reason I changed it though is because the other blocks that I had on here were I kind of didn't like that gap in the front there. And I don't think there's anything we could cover it up with without putting a block in there, which would then, you know, block the light. It may not in actuality, but I wouldn't want to do that. For, I guess you'd say, role-playing reasons. I want it to be somewhat realistic. Well, I'll tell you what, let's just stick with that for now. And I'll just think about it. Okay, so what to do about this up here now? Let's pull these blocks back up. And probably these blocks too. And we're going to have to figure out what fits in here. So if we go with, let's grab this one for a second. Whoops, that was the right plane. And bring that back. I think that's too steep. So what I'm thinking is to pull that off too and make this, use this angle to come down. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if I like that angle or not. Let's go back to this setup. Now here we could potentially use one of these maybe. There's probably something that fills that corner in nicely. It's just a matter of figuring out which one it is. This is hard on the brain, man. I'll tell you what. Hard on the brain. If we turn this corner, what we need is like, you know, a wide angle. But the problem is that the angle's not the right angle unless I need to flip this on its side somehow. What does it look like if we flip it around this way? Sometimes I just have to kind of mess with it until I figure out what it's supposed to look like. No. No. Okay, so let me just study this for a second. I think part of the problem too is I'm working on the wrong corner to begin with. This should probably just be a continuation of what's already there. So we should be looking at this corner here. So one option here is to do something like this. And we could even remove the top glass here and bring this down like so. That doesn't look too bad. And so then it's just a matter of figuring out what we're going to put in these spots here. So can we put... We can't put that in. Yeah, we can't use that one. What's this one do when it's turned on its side? Oh, what does this one look like here? Okay, so there is that potential option. Or maybe, actually, maybe that's where this needs to go. Ah. Okay, that could go there. We also have this corner here, though, which would fit there. Or maybe it fits better here. No. Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of hard. Kind of hard to figure out what the best options are. All right, well, let's go back to... I kind of like that line in the center there. I think that looks well, or looks good. Maybe what we do is we keep that. Oh, doggone it. Maybe what we do is we keep that. We put glass plates here. I don't know why the game doesn't put these things back where they were instead of putting it back in your inventory. I'm sure there's a reason for it. I just don't know what it is. And it's a pain in the ass. So we could keep those there. And what would it look like if we just... Okay, well, yeah, here, this is one option, okay? That's kind of cool looking, actually, in a way, I think, sort of. But the other option is to just bring this out, because I don't know what block would fit nicely in here. I just don't. I mean, this one does, but, you know, then we have this section out here that we got to figure out what to do with. So what if we just... keep that line there. No, that doesn't look good, though. It really doesn't. Okay, then what about this? Well, is there any other options here? Have we even tried one of these corners? That's just a normal triangular job. I don't think that's what we're looking for. There's this corner. Oh. Alright. 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 That's a possibility. If we wanted to have some hard angles, I think we only have two options here. We either put this one back or we put something like this in here. Now we want it that way. We want to flip it this way. But that direction. Yeah, that just looks weird. I mean, I guess it kind of looks a little cool, but... Well, alright, hold on. What if we take these back up? And we put these in. See, that's not as bad there. That's not as bad. We just got this weird block sticking up, you know, this kind of hard angle there. And I kind of like the triangular, you know, look that it has. I just can't think of anything that would fit in here though. Let's just mess with it a little bit. Let's mess with it a little bit. So what are our options? If we went with something like this, see, we're not going to be on the same angle, unfortunately. If we flip it on its side, yeah, I just don't think there's anything that we're going to be able to match that angle with. If I could get that to go the other way, so turn it that way and then turn it that way. Are you kidding? Did we do it? Well, we didn't quite do it, but we got it closer. We got it a lot closer, in fact. See, that doesn't look so bad. Okay. It's just these, you know, it's just these 3 blocks here. You know, if you turn these things on their side and you get them just right, there's ways to get these, you know, different angles in. I do remember, you know, that from the capital shipbuilding, but it's just not something I can just immediately see. I've got to mess with it a little bit to figure it out. Okay, that's not so bad. That is not so bad at all, actually. I could live with that. I really could. The other thing I'm thinking, though, is I think we might be able to continue this angle all the way up. So let's mess with it just a little bit more. Let's mess with it a little bit more, because we can always come back to this later if we can't figure it out. So we're going to pull this out here. And let's pull those back out for the moment, but I think I'll leave the centerpiece in there. So yeah, if we did that, that keeps that angle going all the way up that way. But then it kind of messes things up with the line back here, though. So I don't actually like that idea. So let's take that back out. What about what about this one? No, that's too thick. Too thick for what we're trying to do. I don't think any of these corners are gonna help us out. I don't think. No. What's that do? We need to get it flipped around. Yeah, that's just going to go in like so. You know, I think the way we had it is going to work. I think we just go back to this. We just go back to that, and we either put skylights in, which looks kind of cool, or we just put the blocks in, which would make it a little stronger. I think I like that better. I do. I think I like that better. Okay. Very good. Very good. This is how we're going to do this. This is how we're going to do this. Now, back to this. I'm still undecided about if I like the end of that thing sticking out as far as it is. Still haven't decided how I feel about that. Also, I never really was very happy with how the back end of this thing came together either. I wonder if we could mess with that a little bit. I don't know. So let me think about this. Let me think about how I want this to happen on the front. Get out of that mode. I'm really thinking probably I should take that off and bring it back the way that it was before. It's just sticking out a bit too far for my liking. So let's do that. And we're just going to have a little bit of a, you know, a weird gap in there when we put the blocks around it. But it is what it is. I think it's just gonna have to live with it. Because it makes the overall line of the front end look a little better. It's just, you know, just not sticking out as far that way. Now, you know what? Something just occurred to me. What if we did this? Because this is an upward facing light. What if we bring the light all the way back to there, like so, and then we just fill this in. about that? And then that light just shines up right through the windshield. And it's more protected that way too. I like that. I think we're going to go with that. Okay, cool. The only other structural thing then that I want to look at is changing this back end here. So let's play with this a bit and see if we can come up with something that works better. I want to pull those blocks out. I wonder if we could employ these angles again back here somehow. Of course, if I look at this though, it seems to me like this block here you know what too, let's put the symmetry plane back on. For this. Alright, I want to flip this guy that way, I think. There we go. See? That fills in that correctly. Let's do the same thing down here. Well, we've got a... Do we got a little bit different thing going on at the bottom, though? I think we do. We don't have the same... Do we have the same line on the bottom? No, we don't. Okay. The bottom's not bad, actually. I think the bottom looks fine the way that it is. How that comes together. So it's just really, you know, fixing that up is an improvement. And we might not be able to do anything else with this. The only other thing I could think of is that we bring it... Well, no, that ain't gonna work either. I don't like the fact, though, that this thing is completely exposed the way that it is either. We could put some shutters on it. Let's go make some of those. This always takes longer than I expect it to, without fail. Okay, so these are 200 hit point blocks. Let's make 10 of them. I've got a few right there too, actually. Okay, let's just grab those. Okay, so vertical transparent. See, that fits nice and perfect right on the bottom, like that. Nice and perfect. And we can put one here too, of course. But now, here's where we've run into some weirdness. Weirdness that we might not be able to really do anything about with just the way this is all coming together. It's too bad there wasn't a flat version of this block right here that I could put in that spot. It wouldn't work though anyway. I don't think we have a choice. I think that's all we can really do there. Unless we, well, okay, let's play with this a little bit more. If we bring this, yeah, see the problem is though, then we're not going to follow that line. So we're robbing Peter to pay Paul, essentially, I think. What does this block here look like in this spot? Let's get it flipped around correctly. Doing that matches this line and that line. What if we also, in this spot, put this guy? No. Yeah, no. None of those work. This is the right. That has to be the block for that. I don't know. I think it looks... This is the lesser of two evils, as the saying goes. To just keep this one in here. We just got to flip it around correctly. Yeah, I think that's what we need to go with. The only other thing we could do is extend the fuselage back another block so that the thruster is completely covered. And then we might be able to close that up a little more neatly. But I don't think so. I don't know how we would do that and make it look any better than it already looks. There's got to be, see, there's got to be a way. What I would like to see, whoa, what was that message? What I would like to see is, you know, to come up with some kind of a smaller circle, but I don't know if I can do that with these angular blocks and make it look good. I suppose we could try it, though. I suppose we could try it. But before we do... Let's go ahead and save this as it is. Well, you know, we could actually finish decorating it first. Yeah, let's do that. Let's finish decorating it first. Okay. So we'll get our texture gun and our paint gun out. Oh, you know what I completely forgot to do? I forgot to put our front thrusters back on. Oh, I can't take me anywhere. Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, that's kind of important, old guy. Kind of important. Front thrusters. Where the hell are we going to put those? Do we want to put them in the nose? I was just looking at those, and I'm going, why are those thrusters still in my inventory? Oh, because we kind of forgot to put them in. Did I not get those back far enough? No, I didn't. this will give us, at least from a forward view, an idea of what it would look like if we put the thrusters there, which could work. I'm kind of feeling, though, like those should go down lower. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So maybe what we do is what if we put them in there? Okay. Now, the obvious problem with this, though, is that they're exposed. Unless we can do something with I don't think I want to pull that line forward. I like it where it is. So we could take these guys and put them down here. And that would give us protection along the bottom. I don't like the fact that the thrusters are going halfway through these blocks either. But I don't know if I can fix that and keep that same angle. Let's go back in here for a second. I want to make a couple more of those too. Alright, let's make about 8 more. Alright, so what if we did something like this? If we pop those back off, we might have to change the line here. So let's bring that back out. We want a downward sloped light there. Wait, yeah? Is that what I want to do? And then I was thinking do something like this. Across the front. Yeah. Changes our line a little bit, but I don't think that looks too terrible because it provides the protection that we need for both the light and the thrusters. You know, I'm building this ship for durability as much as I'm building it for looks. And sometimes you have to sacrifice one for the other. And I'm all for a good looking ship, but not if it's going to get the crap kicked out of it in a fight, you know. Alright, so let's go back to the angled block. I think we just need to flip it around that way. And then this is just going to be the flat one. Oh, for Pete's sake. Why can't you just say, hey, feed me? Instead of going, This game and Ark Survival Evolved do that. It just bugs the hell out of me. It doesn't bug the hell out of me, actually. I'm mostly just teasing, but it is a little, like, over the top, I think, sometimes. All right, those are going... I want to flip those around the other way so that they match the angle of those shutters. Okay, so let's try this again. Flip it this way. That's the right angle. Okay, good. Very good. That's not bad. That's not bad. We do have, you know, exposed a little bit there, but is there a block that would allow us to meet that line, though? I wonder. Let's pop that out for a second. Seven. Is it this one here? What angle is it facing? Yeah. Well, no. It doesn't. Not on all angles. Not on all angles. I don't think either one of these will work either. Definitely not. Okay, let's just go with this. That doesn't look bad. It really doesn't. I mean, there is the gap there, but... I'm okay with that gap. Aesthetically, I think I'm okay with it, because the blocks still kind of keep the line that I want, even though there is, you know, a few things sticking out. So, you know, at the exact angle, we could get a hit through here, but I mean, you know, it's just a chance we're gonna have to take, I suppose. See, and I don't know, maybe the game wouldn't register a hit through this gap. Maybe even though, you know, visually the block has a line here, it might, in terms of its hitbox, still be like a full block. And if it is, then, you know, then we're safe. If it isn't, it's still safer than not having it, you know, covered at all. So I like that. I think that works. I really do. I'm happy with that. We're going to go with it. Now let's go ahead and finish the decoration of these blocks. Whoops. So we want page 2. We want... Wait a minute. No, I think we want this one, right? Is that right? Yeah, I believe that is the correct texture. Okay. So let's paint these all up. Let's get the symmetry plane on too, so we don't have to do this twice. Okay. So we'll get these all textured up. I'll have to hit these because I didn't have the plane on when I was doing the others. That's cool though, we didn't have to move the landing gear either. I think it looks perfect where it is. It's good stuff, man. Good stuff. Okay. So that should take care of the texturing. Let's go ahead now and do the coloring. And I think we're just going to do apply to whole block. We'll take that stripe all the way down. All the way down. At least to there. Might even do it along the bottom too. That could look kind of cool. Be easier to do this in space. There we go. Oh, I think I missed a couple spots up here. I think I'll keep the landing gear black though. Alright, cool. Now let's go with our black color. What if we painted those green too? I don't know. We'll have to go with black first and we'll see how it looks when we're done. This is going to be a nice ship. I mean, it was a pretty cool ship in its initial version, but it was just weak. And of course it didn't have room for passengers. Now we can fit 4 people in here. It's tougher. It's got more power because we added another generator to it. Get that all painted up. That's needs to be flipped. Nope, that's still not right. Pretty nifty. Okay. Do we like the green doors? Or do we like the doors to be black? Oh, we gotta continue our green here too. Too bad we couldn't paint the bottom of the door green. So that's what it looks like if it's green. I think I'm okay with that. I mean, this is the Jade jet after all, right? Alright, for the windows, I'm pretty sure I'm going to want the windows to be black. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what we want to do with those. Okay, let's get back into here. Alright. And then we want these to all be black, as well as the grates. Yeah, there's probably a way to make this look a little nicer, but I don't know what it is, and honestly I just don't feel like spending a million years trying to figure it out. So we're just gonna go the way that it is. Well, if you guys are watching this video and you like what I'm doing here and you want to download this off the workshop and mess around with it and come up with a better way to design that, do it and let me know let me know if you do it. Send me, a screenshot and all that. If I like it, I'll spawn it in and use your version, and let everybody know that you're the one that fixed it up for me. All right. The one thing I am a little curious about, though, is since we did add more bulk to the ship, I wonder if we're still going to have the right amount of thrusters. So we will have to take it for a test run and figure that out. Now, do I want to... let's see. Grab that. I want to do this. I think I do, because the thruster's there, and it matches where the other thrusters are. We did have a few of these side plates that were normal steel. Yeah, that's a normal steel. So let's get those upgraded too. So we need hardened steel plate in our inventory. Let's go get some of those. Do we have any already made? We got 9 of those, but we're going to probably need some more. And I think that's going to be under components. Yeah, so let's make, I don't know, let's make about 50 more of those. I don't think we're going to need that many, but so we want to go to upgrade. I'm just going to go along and hit all of these. Why don't we have plates there? I don't know. I have to figure that out. So that's all good on that side. I just must have missed. Oh, yeah, we did hit something that needed to be upgraded there. Yeah, more stuff here. Okay, I might have actually run out of plates on the multiplayer server when I did this, and just forgot that I had to finish it up, because there are a couple more blocks here that definitely need to be upgraded. Everything on the front end forward should be hardened steel. Yeah, we hit something else there. Lots of stuff on the back end. And it's a good thing I thought to check this, because I would have assumed then the whole thing was hardened steel. Alright. Now there were some plates along the front here too. Oh, I'm out of plates. That's what's going on. 500? Oh my goodness. I didn't think that was would give me that many. Alright, well shit, let's do this again, because I don't know when I ran out. Upgrade. I think everything on this side's okay. There we go. Yeah, we're hitting all of those blocks. Couple blocks there that we had to do. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be upgraded on this side. How did I miss so many? I wish there was a way you could tell, just visually which ones had not been upgraded. So you don't have to sweep along the whole damn thing here. Now because I'm so surprised that we have so many that haven't been upgraded, I'm going to sweep the whole thing. See, yeah, there's another spot. pull the wings too and get everything underneath them. I wonder though, too, I wonder if this thing actually can shoot through and upgrade the block behind too. There isn't anything in the debug menu that would show us that, is there? Show center of mass, show structure integrity. Doesn't look like it, not that I can tell. Okay. Well, I think it's pretty safe to say that the majority of the ship, anyway, has been upgraded now. We are missing some side plates here too. Now that I look at this, that we need to put in. So I think they're going to be these little guys here. So let's turn this around that way and that way. And we're going to go along and just pop these in wherever they're missing, except for, of course, over the shutters. Come on. There you go. Yeah, that looks alright. It just gives it all the more protection. Okay. And then now what we'll do is we will flip this around and do the same thing this way. Those must have just kind of gotten shot off over time, and because they're not real visible, I just didn't notice that they weren't there. Okay. So this side, the spots where the lights are, we can't put these there. And we might, since we added more to the ship, we're going to need to adjust the position of the lights too. There's a couple spots that didn't get filled in. Okay. So that adds extra armor plating, and it also gives us just a little bit more roundness to the fuselage too. So as far as the lights go, what I'm thinking, right now it's got 3 lights. What I'm thinking we do is maybe push the 2 existing lights back a couple blocks and then put another light in maybe right here. So we're going to need 2 more lights to do that. I think I saw a couple of those in here, or 1 anyway. So let's make another one. Okay, so we've got a light in the back. We have a light there and we have a light there. So let's put the forward light in first. And we'll have to change those to the green color. And then just kind of eyeballing this. I'm thinking... let's see. Well, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we move this one back to this spot, and put it there, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 7 in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we need to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so if we move this one back, then we should be, if I counted that right, we should be even. Okay. Now, let's mark these on the other side just temporarily, so I know where they're supposed to go. Now, that didn't do a whole lot of good, did it? Alright, we'll just have to do it this way then. So this comes out. And we put the light here. Okay. And then this, whoops, yeah, goes in there, except for it's got to be flipped around. No, not. Wrong block. There. Go. Ah, this is more trouble than it's worth. Pick that up. Pick that up. Oh, that's got a weird texture on it from when I originally built it. I don't care. No one's going to see it, so... Okay. And then we move this one back right by the O, an Oldguy. And that goes there. Okay. Cool. And put that plate back in. And now I believe our lights are evenly distributed. Now we could also change the position of the letters because we have more room now. And maybe do it in such a way that we could put a light up here too. But before we do that, let's get this back the way it's supposed to be. I should have fixed it on this side too, yep. We'll get our texture. That thing's the wrong direction. No. There. Those aren't textured either. Huh. Okay. And we'll texture this, we'll texture that. Hit those two. Those are done. Excuse me. And I think that takes care of the texturing. Now let's do the painting. So that takes care of all the black. And then we do the green. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, good. Good. Now what I want to do is we need a couple more lights. So let's go make a couple more lights. Small vessel, components. 2 more lights. Are these painted? Do we like those green or do we want to make them black? Yeah, I think they're better black. Okay. Now I'd like to put the lights, the upper lights, even with the side lights, except for we're not going to be able to do that on the front. So the front light's going to have to go there. But I'd like to move, I like a light there. Pick that one up. And I'd like a light here. So it matches that. Alright. And then on the bottom of the ship, we should have a light right here, which means yeah, actually there's a few spots that we need to put some lights in on here. Okay, so rather than fight this, and we're gonna need we got a total of 1, 2, 4 lights. There's only, well, here, let's look at it first. I'm gonna take some of these concrete blocks up so we can get underneath here. We don't need the symmetry plane on for this next part anyways, so let's turn that thing off. Okay, so we want to light here. So we could either keep it recessed and put, well, no. If we keep it recessed, it'll be more streamlined, but it'll be weaker. If we follow what we've done with the other one and put that in place, then it's stronger because we have another block there. I think that's what I want to do. Okay, so that light goes there. And then this one, we need to move back a block to here, or 2 blocks, I think. Right? Yeah. This will be a half block. And then the light goes on this. Okay. And then we need 2 more. One here. Right, yep. And then 1 here. There we go. Okay, let's go make 2 more lights. I can see now, you know, by doing all this stuff that there was a lot more left to be done on this ship. And I don't remember when I originally made it if I had intended to come back and finish more of it later, or if I forgot and, you know, whatever. But anyway, we're doing it now. That's the important thing. All right. Now we want a texture. So that goes there. That goes there. We hit that one and this one. Oh, I wonder if what if we used a different texture on these blocks? That might look cool. That doesn't look bad either. Where's that, that one? No, it's this one that I was looking at. Kind of the honeycomb looking thing. It gives it a little bit of a solar panel type of look to it, I think. I don't know, that's kind of weird. We could always do that, I suppose, and have it light up even more if we painted it green. That might be a bit much, though, really, you know. Let's just go with the normal texture. I think it'll be fine. Okay, there was 1 or 2, blocks that we put in down here also that we need to redo. Or at least that one, I suppose. All right, and then these need to be green. To match our racing stripe. Guess we'll do the lights green too. Little details, little details. Okay. All right. I think there's only two more things we need to do here. We need to change the spacing of Oldguy Games, and I'm going to make that Oldguy Gaming, and maybe put a couple more decals and stuff on here, and then we should be done. I think we'll be done after that. Alright, so let's get this gun back out, and we want to go to symbols, and let's figure out our spacing here. So that if we go gaming, it's going to be one letter longer than it is now. So what if we started, say, here? What if we also did it this way too? What are we looking for? Y. Oldguy. That we erase. Drone's getting a little squirrely on me. It's trying to auto level. Yeah, I know I can turn that off, but just fighting it. Don't ask me why. Okay. Gaming. Oh, wait. Yeah. G. Game. Oh, no. That's not right. That's an E. Learn how to spell, noob. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if I like the vertical. I don't think I do. Let's just set it back to the sideways. And if you're looking at it from the starboard side, then you're just going to have to read it upside down. That's all there is to it. Oh, wait a minute. There's not an E in gaming, is there? That doesn't look right. What was that I'd said about learn how to spell? I was looking at that and I go, wait a minute. That doesn't look quite right. That's better. Okay. So we have yeah, that's good. I think that's good positioning. We can do that. We can work with that. So for decals now, one thing we might do, just for funsies, is we might go ahead and give the ship like a I don't know if it's a license number or what they call the numbers that they put on ships. But we could call this OG 196.7 for my birth year. I wonder though if we should slide that forward so it's even with the lettering on the top. I'm thinking that's what we should do. Yeah, that looks better. And then we'll flip it around this way. And just spell it out in reverse. This is a G. There we go. And then for the decals, do we have a spot we could put one up here? I don't think so. I don't think it would look good if we put something here. Let's try it, but I'm sure it's not going to look right. Let's see. Oh, that doesn't look so bad, actually. That doesn't look so bad. Maybe we'll put a decal there. We'll put one maybe here-ish. Pull that one up. I don't think I like that. And then on the back, let's put this planetary exploration one, I guess. Here we should put that to indicate that we have weapons there, I guess. I don't know. And maybe something like that. You know, I don't know if I actually like this green either. Yeah, let's change that to black. Okay. So this decal, we can put him there, I guess. I don't know. I'm just kind of having fun with this, not looking for anything real specific. Where's the one on this side? It's right there, okay. Let's do that. So I think that's about it, you guys. I really do. We're going to need to adjust the light intensity and color of all the new lights we put on. So let's get these big blocks put back. Trying to get it, there we go. Okay. Let's grab some fuel. Do we want to put ramps here? Oh, I guess we got a little bit of painting to do in here too, don't we? That's just black. We'll make the cockpit black. That needs to be textured as well. Oh, we were going to maybe put some portholes in too, some windows. Always something else to do. Man, I'll tell you what. Let's go back to textures. And I'm thinking maybe an access panel of some sort there. And maybe this would be like a vent. Vents maybe? Something like that. Okay, does that take care of all the texturing needs? Now if we wanted to do a window, we have to pop that out and that out. What's that going to look like though on the outside? It'll definitely weaken the ship in those spots. And I think they're too far forward anyways. So we'd have a window there and a window there. No, not there. There. This might be a thing that we sacrifice a little bit of protection for aesthetics. Okay, so let's get this back out, and we're going to go here. Get those retextured the way they're supposed to be. Let's get our door put back. You know, in hindsight, I probably should have streamed this. But it's just one of those things that happens to me all the time. I didn't think it was going to take anywhere close to this long, but once I get started on it, I want to do it right. You know, I want to do it a certain way, and I want to make sure it's done right. And so if it takes a while for that to happen, it takes a while for that to happen. Let's make those windows black. Do we want to go back to a black door or a green door? I just really don't know which one I like better. Let's keep them black, because this thing is going to really glow green, you know, when we set the lights up on it. And I don't want to overdo it, so. Okay, the last question that I have is, do I want to try and put some ramps on here or not? How are we looking in here? Oh yeah, let's pick that thing back up. That's kind of cool. We got the windows out there. Oh, those are green. Those are supposed to be green. Down the aisleway there. Let's make that access hatch green too. You know, I don't know if I like those textures. What if we did... Yeah, I think I like that better. Okay, let's put some fuel in this sucker. And power it up. Ooh, bright. Okay. Then what we want to do is we want to go here and we want to group everything. And we want to find the lights. And we want to match one of the initial lights, which basically everything's on the default intensity and range. We just got to change them all to green. Already green. And in doing so, we will definitely make this the Jade Jet. If you like the color green, you're probably going to like this ship. I do like the color green. It's not my favorite color, but I do like it. I tend to be more of a blue, like blues. Okay, yeah, it's definitely green in here. Well, look at how it glows green on the outside. I think that's really cool looking. I think that's really cool looking. Okay. Do we want to also put... No, that's not what I wanted to do. Do we want to put an access panel on the side here too? Just for funsies. Maybe we put it there, almost like a, you know, an access panel to open the door if it needed to be overridden. A place where R2 can plug into, you know. Or maybe we... put... an arrow there. As if somebody needed to know that's where you go in at. Oh man, that's funny. It's all good, man. It's all good. Okay, access panel here. 2. There we go. I like it. Not gonna lie, I like it. I think it looks really damn good. Significant improvement over the other version. Stronger. Much, much more durable. More room. More roomy. Bigger. We still have to take it for a test flight though and make sure we've got, you know, the right number of thrusters. Decent armaments. It's not like super awesome armaments, but we got 4 Gatlings, which is enough for any drone, and 2 rocket launchers. We could, I suppose, we could extend that out. But there's a couple of things we could do with that. We could take these blocks out and put another rocket launcher in there. But if we did that, we'd have to remove this grate then, which would of course expose the thruster. We could take this out and drop another rocket launcher below it. In fact, we could even do that for the guns too, and have a total of 8 Gatlings and 4 rocket launchers. That would really make a pack a punch. I don't know though, I think what we do is maybe we just go with what it has for now. And if we feel like it doesn't quite have enough, you know, kick to it, enough punch with the guns, we add more later. I'm just trying to see what it would look like if we did, in fact, extend that out further. Yeah, let's wait on that. Let's just test it with what it has, and if I feel like it doesn't have enough guns, we'll add more. We have options for that. We have options for that, but it might be just fine the way it is. But man, it's looking good. I really like this. Really looking good. So much better than what it was before, in my opinion. I hope you guys think so too. So the last question: do we want to put ramps there or not? Let's just make some. Do I have any up here? No. Let's just make some and play with it a bit and see how we're feeling about it. So I don't know if we'll need 2 or 4 ramp blocks. Let's just start with 2. So we want this to be a 1x2, a 3x2, a 1x4x2, a 1x3x1. I wonder why they don't do 2x2 ramps. I don't get that. Well, I think this is what we want here. Okay. Yeah, I think, well, if those are retracted, does it look stupid? No, I don't think so. Okay, let's make 2 more of those. We're going to have to change the blocks behind them too. Let's make 2 more of those. These blocks will need to be these guys here. For the ramps to fit on correctly, or neatly I should say, sit flush. Okay. And then we'll go grab our ramps here. Oh, are we out of power? We are out of power. Shit, I hope I didn't lose any food. Yeah, I don't know if we lost any or not. We might have. But we already had a bunch of that in there anyway, so. Well, the other problem too is I've been running 2 furnaces for about 3/4 of the... Oh, I guess the furnaces shut off. Well, they shut off when we ran out of fuel. But that's why. These were running way longer than they should have. I completely forgot I was doing it. And we're hungry again. Okay, so all the ore is finally smelted. Alright. So we wanted these long guys. And turn like that. And come on, get down there. Like that. All right. We want those to be green or black. It's kind of hard to tell with the light on. I'm thinking probably black. Yeah. There's a lot of green going on here, so... So do we not have automatic doors for small vessels and armored doors? I thought I looked at that earlier and I didn't see it. Is that something that I needed to learn in the tech tree? I thought I learned everything. Manual door blocks. Yeah, it looks like that's all they give us is manual door blocks. I thought hover vessels. No? Okay. Well, alright, we could set up a sensor, I guess, for the doors and the ramps. We could just do a sensor that'll control the doors and the ramps. Let's do that. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to see if... Yeah, this definitely feels bigger. Okay, I can already tell that, we're probably going to want some more RCSs because it's a bit sluggish now for turning. I think its acceleration is still fine with that big engine in the back. But it does feel like a larger jet now than it did before, for sure. It sure looks awesome though. But yeah, definitely we need more RCSs. Turning is pretty damn sluggish in the jet. So that's for sure. Now let's get a feel for lift. So we're pretty good on down. Whoa, yeah, some mashola. It's a good thing there's no collision damage in this game. So it's pretty good for downward lift. Upward thrust is a bit sluggish for a small vessel. So we might need to think about some more vertical thrusters downward too. And you know, we have room for that. We definitely have room for that underneath. Whoops. Lateral thrust, also just a tiny bit sluggish, I think. I mean, we could work with this. It's not terrible. We could certainly work with it, but I'd like it to be a little more responsive. So I'm probably going to need some more lateral thrusters too. Power usage is pretty good. When we're going full bore out of the atmosphere, we're only at 76%. And then even drop down to 53. So I think that second gen is good. Okay. So it's flyable. I mean, I could take this into combat now, but I just want it to be a little more responsive than it currently is. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to add some more RCSs. And we're going to add some more vertical thrusters and probably a few more lateral thrusters. Camera's going weird on me here. Let's turn it this way a bit too. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to work on that off camera. That's not really something I think you guys probably want to see, because it's just going to be finding spots to stuff in more RCSs and more thrusters. And yeah, so I'll do that off camera. I'll also figure out the sensor situation and get that working. And then when I come back in the next episode, we should have a finished Jade jet. I was going to call this version 3, but it probably should be version 4. And once it's all done, test it out, working good. I might take it out. I'll probably take it out and hit a couple POIs with it too. Excuse me. Just, to get a feel for the weaponry and make sure, that I feel like we have an adequate number of weapons on it for POI busting, because that's what it's going to be for. And once I'm happy with it, then we'll save the final thing, and we'll save it to the template, and I will upgrade it to the Steam Workshop if you guys want to download it and have some fun with it. And also, like we talked about earlier, if you can figure out, if you want to mess with the back end some more and see if you can make this look a little nicer, go for it. And if you do, send me a screenshot when you're done, and I'll take a look at it. And if I like it, then I will spawn in your version of the Jade jet. Make sure you get credit for it, and use your version. Okay. So, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. This is a very long episode. It's a building episode, and again, in retrospect, I probably should have streamed this, but it is what it is. I'm not going to edit this episode, of course. If any of you are watching this all the way through, you will have already known that. But I'll put a little title page in the video, and just warning people that it's a very long episode, because it's a building episode. I'm not going to split it up. I'm not going to edit it. I just don't have time to do that, and don't want to take the time to do that. So anyway, those of you who did watch this, I hope you enjoyed it. Sure is fun. One of my favorite things to do in Empyrion is build stuff and create really cool vessels like this. So thanks for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Stop by and see me on Twitch. I do live stream several times a week, or come and join us on Discord. You can find the links to my Discord channel and my Twitch channel in the About section of the YouTube channel. You guys have a great rest of your day. Excuse me, frog in the throat, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.